YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we are reacting to what women will not admit fit guys. What women will not admit about fit guys. Let's get it.
So let's talk about what women won't admit about fit men. Listen, it doesn't really matter how humble, introverted, quiet you are. If you are a visibly fit man, so you have broad shoulders, broad
Right.
chest, big arms, toned abs, and just a pretty nice physique, or at least decent, better than the average guy, you will automatically stand out. Even the women who say they don't really care about muscles, they don't really care about if a guy is fit or not, they absolutely notice. And the reason is because physical fitness signals so many things. Like
Right.
I've always said, it signals discipline, it signals self respect, health, strength, status, whether they consciously process it or not. And here's what a lot of women won't admit: it changes how they treat you. They assume that you're very confident before you even speak to them. But from my conversations with a lot of women, while a lot of them are attracted to fit men, they're not always
I'll
comfortable
give
with
my
them.
thoughts in a
That's where the
minute.
difference is, because a fit guy signals two things at the same time. One is attraction, and two is insecurity. If a woman feels average about her own body and she's standing next to a guy who's like super fit, a guy who clearly looks after himself, there is always going to be this quiet comparison. And a lot of women will never really say that out loud. Now, let's talk about the dad bod conversation, which I
Yeah, before she gets into the bro, the thing about having a great physique, having muscles, it's overall you get all the respect you need, bro. You people will treat you different when you are fit and when you're not fit. People will treat you different when you have six packs and when you don't. People will treat you different when you have this demeanor of a broad shoulder, big arms and six packs and all that. You have that different aura, and the the thing that women hate about fit guys, the insecurity. Let me tell you what I mean. When you date, I remember being in a situationship with this girl, and back then I was very jacked. I was in the gym too much. I was, lifting weights. 8 days a week, and it was crazy. I was big. I had these big muscles and all that. And then she was like, for her, she was telling me, "Nah, I cannot. You're too big. Yada yada. I cannot date. Wada wada." And what I later understood is that she was insecure about her own body, so she didn't feel comfortable me being that jacked, me being that muscular, and it was all from her insecurity. So she went for guys that are weak, guys that she can control, guys that she can push around, guys that she can and all that. I'm not saying muscles always make you uh you can have muscle and also be a pussy. Goes to the rally wheel situation. Let's get back to the video, man.
did make another video on. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Publicly, you'll hear a lot of girls say they prefer dad bods.
Right.
They prefer the softer looking guy who doesn't really look super fit, doesn't look like he's self obsessed, doesn't look like he lives in the gym.
Yeah.
Women will also say they don't like muscular guys because they look too intimidating.
Right.
What exactly do you think is more attractive?
The one on the left. The right is too built.
Yeah, I like left.
Pointy.
Yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Girls who choose the fat dude over the overall fit guy because they know that he's not better than him. They know that they can control the fat dude. Not control, but they have a certain level of security over it, like a certain level of they can push him around, they can do whatever they want. But the fit dude, he have principle, he have morals, he can do whatever he want, he have self-respect, he's disciplined. He'll be like up at 6 a.m. going to the gym, 6 a.m. taking cold showers. They know that the fit dude will make her accountable. They will make her not do the regular shit you want to do, like eat junk food, or go out at partying, because this disciplined dude gotta be in the gym at 6 a.m. He gotta be locked in. He gotta be got he have to get 8 hours of sleep for the recovery. He have to do all these habits that the female is not ready to be accountable yet. Is not ready to be part of yet because she still want to play around. She still want to push the guy around and all that. So it's crazy.
I want to feel like he can take care of me. Yeah.
I like a dad bod. A dad bod is more attractive.
Yeah, like.
And like I said in that video, women will not admit this easily, but they
won't.
prefer a man who's not going to outshine them
Right.
physically. And it's not
Right.
because he's not attractive, but because he feels non-threatening. And it doesn't mean that women don't
She want to be the spotlight all the time. She don't want a guy that can outshine her and all that.
like fit men. It just means that fit guys tend to raise the stakes for them. Another thing that most women will not admit is that a fit man forces standards.
Right.
When you're someone who takes your health very seriously, your fitness very seriously, that communicates self-discipline. And discipline in a person is extremely attractive, but it's also very confronting because it exposes where
Straightforward.
someone else may
Straightforward
lack
people.
their own discipline. So if you're a man who wakes up early, you train consistently, you eat with intention, that energy pushes the people around you. Some women love that. And the women that are going to love that are typically the women who are also living that type of lifestyle.
Right.
And on the other hand, most women are going to feel judged by it, even if you don't say a word to them. Next, there's social perception. When a woman dates a visibly fit man, people are going to assume a lot of things. First of all, they're going to assume that the guy has plenty options.
Right.
Two, they're going to assume that he gets a lot of attention. Three, obviously he's going to have a ton of women in his DMs. And oftentimes, that is very true. Just going off of someone's appearance, whether it's a woman, whether it's a man, fit men have more opportunities. And not because they're better human beings, but because physical fitness increases perceived value in the dating market. And a lot of women will not admit that they can.
Not just in the dating market, like overall, like your value goes up when you're fit. Like even in corporate, even in school, even in all this, people look at you different. People who have a certain level of respect for you. Just because you have a big calf, nigga. Just because you have a big bicep. Just because you have a big chest. Like they'll be like the respect you be get, and girls will be testing you, bro. Be like they'll be, you know, playing like shit test on you.
Calculate this, but they absolutely do. Attraction is competitive.
Right.
Let's talk about something a little bit deeper. Fit men signals long-term health. Evolutionary strength signals protection. It signals resource capability. It signals vitality. And that wiring doesn't just like disappear because we live in a modern
Get in the
society.
gym, chat. Get in the
You can
gym.
intellectually say that someone's personality matters more, but biologically, physical cues still influence attraction.
Health is
And women
wealth.
know this, even if they're not going to phrase it that way. But on the flip side, we all know that being fit is not enough. If a man is muscular, but he's very insecure, he's arrogant, he's emotionally unavailable, then his physical advantage is definitely going to fade. At the end of the day, women are attracted to effort, not just the muscle. A man who trains consistently does signal self-respect, and self-respect is magnetic. So what women will not admit about fit men is that they are noticed and they are desired and they are also evaluated differently. They raise the emotional stakes and they create attraction as well as insecurity at the same time. And a lot of women don't really consciously sit down and think this through, but it plays out in their behavior. So if you're a man over the age of 30, or if you're just an older guy wondering if getting in shape is going to increase your dating value, getting in shape changes your dating value, yes, it does. Not because having muscles is magic, but because it's signals discipline, health, and high standards for oneself. And all of those qualities are very attractive. But the real question is, are you going to be getting fit for validation or for self-respect? Let me know your thoughts down below.
Mostly for self-respect. I feel like for guys, if you're not fit, if you're not in a gym, you can literally go from a 4 to a freaking 6 just by getting in shape, just by working out, just by hitting the gym, just by, putting in the work, being disciplined, raising your testosterone level and all that. It would take you from a 4 to a 6, and then from there you just gotta get your money up. You gotta get a skincare routine, get in a gym, and lift weights. If you're in your early 20s, mid 20s, late 30s, just get into the gym. It will change you. It will change the type of man you become, and people will start treating you different. People will have a certain level of, respect for you. And yeah, what are your thoughts on the video, man? Is she right? Do you need to be fit But I feel like you just need to get into the gym. Use your 20s to build your physique. Most importantly, your physique. Build muscles. Become strong as possible. Lift heavy, and figure it out, man. I'm out.